Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. Together, we are working to connect women in leadership and business, empowering each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, soul, and mind, connecting to the heart and soul of who we are and what we do.
And with connecting to the heart and soul of who we are and what we do, we're almost smack dab in the middle of our 100 days of meditation challenge. We are on day 46 today.
Woo!
Woohoo! Of 100 days. So we're almost halfway there. I had to go back and look at the calendar.
Oh, okay, yeah. We don't want to get in trouble. Right. Because we sound just like the original, right?
Right.
Totally copywriting.
Okay. So we may have had a really good day today. Maybe. It's been kind of awesome. So we're just really excited to bring you guys some tools to make your lives just a little bit better, and so that you feel better in your own skin, so that you can think more clearly and be more productive in your daily lives with your families and your businesses, because that's how we show up every day and take charge of our businesses and just make things happen.
We get to decide.
We get to decide what that looks like.
Woo!
Isn't that awesome?
Let's decide. And when we are calm and we make a decision, it's usually really purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a lot about what meditation does for us overall, is that we are just calmer, we're more resilient every day. And the more you do it, the more you are calmer, the more you are more resilient.
I read a quote the other day that was really good, and I wish I could remember the whole thing right now, but it's a principle basically is a calm woman is a powerful force. Powerful.
Yes.
Because what happens when we lose track of our emotions? Things break down, right?
Yeah.
Communication isn't clear.
We're not clear with our words, so we're not expressing ourselves clearly. We're not sharing the things that we need to be sharing.
Right.
And we all want to make this world a better place where we don't enjoy continuing on family traumas. We've all been working on these things, right? We've been showing up better. I'm going to be a better person than I was yesterday.
Showing up better every single day. And so today's meditation challenge is a creative meditation.
What do you mean by that? Because I think a meditation can only mean that I'm sitting there going,
well, as we've discussed, meditation can be anything, and you can do it anywhere at any time. And if you can cultivate this practice of meditating, you will become that more strong, grounded, clear, powerful woman that you
already are.
You already are.
So what do you mean by different types of creativity?
Okay, so we love to be creative. We want more creativity in our lives. Different types of creative meditation can be things like coloring, painting, sewing, knitting, crocheting, cooking, baking, gardening. You get the idea, right?
Right.
Anything that cultivates that creative spirit in you, basically anything that could also be considered a hobby can be meditative for you.
It's building that energy of creativity, because we are all creative beings.
We are.
And we just sometimes need a little practice and reminder to be creative.
Yes.
And so if we cultivate that, so some ways that we've done that is we have
craft night once a week.
Yeah, we have craft night. And we make goals of what we're going to make, so we get excited, so we create that excited, I can't wait, we're going to make new stickers for the car,
right?
What are we doing that's creating that excitement?
And there's about a half dozen or so of us that get together for craft night, and we're all working on different things most of the time. We're not all working on the same thing unless we decide that that's what we want to do that week. But we bring our own crafts and we spread out and we put it together and we just hang out and talk while we're doing it, or we're really quiet because we're in it, right? And that is that
It's fun.
when you zone into that creative energy and you just create and you craft and you're just in it, that is what creative meditation looks like. And a lot of people nowadays have discovered the like the coloring, like adult coloring books. There's so many adult coloring books and they're amazing.
I saw one that was like a coloring book on a canvas.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even a paint by number. It was just like a color sheet that was already on a canvas. I was like, some of those nice markers would be awesome on that.
Right. Remember back in the day when we had those posters that were like felt or
what do you mean back in the day?
Back in the day.
I have Wonder Woman at home to color right now.
Right, but they're like fuzzy.
Yes.
Right? And you colored it.
What do you mean back in the day?
Back in the day.
And you had to like clean your pen off because the fuzz would stick to your pen. You had to wipe your pen off. Yeah. And they had to make sure you had enough of the right color to finish the thing, or else you'd get frustrated because your pen would run out.
Yep. So make sure you have all your supplies ready when you do that cultivating creativity.
What kind of atmosphere do you think leads to creativity?
I usually turn on some music. You know, we almost always have music going. Do we have music going right now?
Oh shoot. Alexa off. Oops.
Dang it.
We try hard not to.
We really try. Okay, hopefully we won't get a copyright claim or whatever. And so we usually have music playing on in the background. Sometimes we forget to turn it off. And so we play music that is inspiring to us at the time. Sometimes it's instrumental and kind of like spa music, la la la. Other times we're rocking out to Pink. I mean, and everywhere in between.
If
sometimes
I'm angry,
we'll turn on
it's
some
like
80s
the corn
rock,
station.
Right?
Yeah, like if I really like got to get this energy out,
right?
I put on the metal.
Yeah. So you know, make sure your senses are ready for this creativity, and it helps if you have something to drink handy. Like, right, stay hydrated. Keep a cup of water close by at all times.
Your drink can also be the aromatic, or you could use like a diffuser. Or sometimes I like the smell of the crayon, like as part of the creative process, right?
Yeah,
like
the smell of the material that you're using.
You're like, ooh, I need to open a window because I'm using oils today. Like,
right.
Woo!
A little strong in here. Yeah. Make sure you're using ventilation if what you are creating needs ventilation. Okay.
And also be aware of, I've seen people get creative and not be aware that ventilation wasn't a problem for them, but the rest of their family. So like be aware of like, is the wind blowing this smell in through the rest of the house and hurting my family? Like just be aware of these little things, right?
And a couple more things that to help you get into it. Okay. Don't be afraid to get messy. Okay. Right. If what you are doing is messy by nature, which a lot of crafts and creative things are, go to the dollar store and get like a plastic tablecloth.
Those are great.
Those are great. An old tablecloth that's stained up or whatever. You know, make sure your space is covered. You know, if you're painting on an easel, maybe you throw an old sheet or something on the floor. But go ahead and give yourself permission to get messy.
Because I think that's part of the fun of it is playing and getting a chance to connect to your inner you.
Right. And it also expresses those tactile, you know, like you're really getting into it. Spread out. Make sure you have
I'm notorious.
Space, right? Don't be afraid.
I will spread out as much space as you give me.
I have an 8-foot long table. She'll take over the whole thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, different bins of different supplies because we have crayons and markers and glue and, you know, different. We just take the bins out of the cart and we spread them all out and then we just go to town. Go after. And then another thing to try is something new.
Oh gosh, you know, YouTube is full of so many things.
Yes.
That we've done that. We've done.
We painted gnomes, but with watercolor.
That was fun.
That was fun, and that was just like a YouTube
We
tutorial.
took a class with Deanna.
We did. Dina. Oh, and that was acrylic painting and sewing at the same time.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Mixed
cool.
media crafts.
We have done things on the Cricut, like different kinds of tactile things.
We made homemade strawberry sauce.
I painted a canvas one time.
Yeah, just for fun.
It turned out really good. I was highly impressed with myself.
Right?
Because
Miss Bra over here.
I hadn't like painted a painting since arts in like middle school. And it turned out fabulous.
Yeah. And you wonder why your daughter's going to art school,
know.
Right? Like
she gets her creative energy from her mother. Her dad's pretty creative too.
I was like, it's like all flowing through this household. Sometimes it could be creating like your son has taken mechanical parts and created something new.
Right. And taking things apart and put it back together.
Yeah.
And puzzles can be creative. You know, it helps get that creative energy out because you have to use the different parts of your brain when you're being creative. So puzzles, you know, you have to figure out which piece fits where. Your brain is doing so many different things.
And then you're also exposed to different elements of color too, because you might not, you know, reflect on a picture so intently that you're micro analyzing it by square, but that's what happens when you do a puzzle. So you're exposed to different color elements. Even coloring on your phone can do that too.
Yes, and they have apps for that, and you can like zoom in and like to the pixel even to color sometimes, depending on the one. Yeah, they're really, really cool.
They're really fun, and then they create like this little video for you of what you just did, so you can share that with someone. So it's not so like lonely. It's fun.
So what we would like to do is to ask you, what do you like to do to be creative?
You tell us.
You tell us.
I bet you have all kinds of ideas.
Absolutely. I would love to share ideas on what you do to be creative and how you use that creative energy to fill that meditative space in your heart.
Listen to your inner knowing. Focus on your breath. Embrace your creative side.
Now, there's one thing that I think we need to talk about. Okay. When we are being creative, what do we tend to do?
I don't like my drawing. That's not how you do it.
Right? We get that self-judgment. That self-judgment comes out. So see if you can create without that self-judgment. Just create.
And if that means keeping it private, then do that.
Right.
But I would hope that eventually you'll feel more like sharing it. I know that when we took belly dancing class, you know, we started as, you know, we're just doing this to feel better, and then we got better and better and better, and then eventually we wanted to perform. Right. So it's a process. It doesn't start all at once.
Yeah.
So don't feel like you have to share it with someone else, but share your ideas with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And while you're being creative, think of something you could donate to a basket for the Tears Foundation.
Ooh, good segue. So the Tears Foundation Gala is coming up in October. And if you haven't heard already, the Tears Foundation is a wonderful nonprofit organization that helps families in their most dire time of need in the case of an infant or child loss. They help with bereavement and other services for people who have lost a child or an infant, because, you know, nobody plans on losing a child, and most children do not have life insurance.
Right. So it's a heavy burden on families, and during a horrible time. It's not you don't want to deal with that. So it's really great that they can help
They
and
can.
help with the
Mhm.
process.
Mhm.
And then in addition to that, they help with education around infant sleeping
Mhm.
and helping
SIDS prevention.
SIDS prevention all over the world. So it's
Yeah,
really
they're doing some
awesome.
really, really cool stuff, and I can't wait to see what they have. More things coming up, which we get to celebrate at the gala every year. It's 20s,
The Roaring
the Roaring
20s.
20s, Gatsby theme kind of thing going on. So I am looking forward to that. That'll be super fun. I'd love for you to join us at the table at the
Yes.
gala, or or either way,
All of it.
all of the above. We would love to put together with love from the Women in Leadership team, which includes you, by the way, a basket together in love and care to auction off for the silent auction, or if we can get some really cool things. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna flick the spider away before
She's
Heather
trying to
freaks
beat
out.
me up, you know. She's awesome.
So yeah, we're just, if you've got some really awesome to donate for the live action person,
I feel like I just
person,
really
I'd be
need this
super
out of my
excited.
house and someone else will think it's awesome.
Right.
You know, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. We, as always, we are here to empower women in leadership and business, and we'd love to have you join us at the table as a guest. And you can find out more on our website at www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com.
All right.
Woohoo.
So, as always, you can catch us 4 days a week. And generally, it's available for you to download when you wake up or hop on over to YouTube and subscribe.
Yeah,
So,
the only time it's not available for you those 4 days a week, when you wake up, is when life's for us, and we'll get it to you as soon as we can.
yeah.
We love you guys, and we thank you all for joining us in this wonderful adventure that we call life. And thank you for sharing tools with us, so that we can share them with more people.
Thank you so much for leaving your comments, and namaste.
Namaste.
Mwah!